My name is Tirusew Asefa. I am a water resources engineer by training and work on the boundaries of academia and applied research to produce actionable science, method, and tools in water resource management. For over a decade, I have worked in the Nile Basin, specifically on water and climate. Myself and other researchers have done work in the Nile Basin, including urban water projections, looking out all the way to 2050s. And what we found is shocking, to say the least. What I see a challenge in the next 10 to 20 years is how can a limited resource within the 11 basin countries could be effectively used? Given the urban water use is expected to triple as economic trajectories for developing countries in the basin follows the rest of the world, how can we ensure the basin water resources is used equitably? Plus, the challenge in climate and the change and demography will put significant pressure on this resource. The drinking water problem cannot be solved alone. There is a food security and energy as well, and there is interplay and trade-off between these. Then there are multinational investments, for example, big ag, not necessarily from the basin countries, but that compete for the same resources. When I think about the future, it is very concerning to think how ordinary people will be able to secure their food, electricity, and water. Unattended, this could result in migration and instabilities for many regions within the basin. What technology science policy could be used? The issue I see in the Nile Basin is on multiple scale. If we talk about technology, it starts with having the ability to collect data and be transparent about it, and then build a tool that puts out actionable information for stakeholders up and down. This could range from community level drought warning, flood protection, to collaboratively working on how best to use the basin water for multiple competing objectives I just mentioned. There's a big issue on that front. The data issue itself is huge. For example, what we see in the Colorado River Basin, most people may know, publicly available data, that's not the case there. There is so much mistrust between basin countries for so long. It's almost impossible to have access to ground-based data and validate data on. As most scientists know, our best science and tools we develop is as good as the data that we build these tools on in the first place and validate them. In terms of who would be the ideal collaborators, I would say the number one collaborator should be the Nile Basin Initiative, which, by the way, is celebrating its 25 years of establishment. Great works has been done there. Obviously, there is a lot to be done and may not be to the level most of us expected as well. Given the challenge, they have done a great job. Of course, it has also 3 branches, including the Secretariat, Nile Equatorial Lake Subsidiary Action Program, and the Eastern Nile Technical Regional Office. In addition, there are several small and large NGOs, organizations that work on big picture Nile Basin challenge. I think it's important to emphasize and also to look at the water issue, not just within its own parameter, but as a big picture across countries and figure the best way how the water story fits into that than the other way around. Therefore, collaborators could also come, not just hardcore scientists or existing organization, but could also look at cultural and social as an example that the Global Future Lab at ASU should work. Thank you.